Good morning. Welcome to the La Cicala Kitchen. I'm Patty. Today we are going to make Pignolata alla Patrizia. Now, if you are very Italian, this might need a little explanation because I found out when I married my husband that Pignolata means different things in Italian families. When I married my husband and we got to our first Christmas, I started making what I've known my whole life as strufoli, which is crisp little balls in a honey glaze with the little sprinkles on top. And he looked at me like I had two heads and called them pings, pignolata. And I looked at him and I said, "What the hell are you talking about? That's strufoli." And then I got online to try to prove to him that I was right. And I saw some people in Italian groups on Facebook and elsewhere referring to them as pignolata. And I thought they were crazy. And as always in Italy, different regions have different names for things. However, pignolata is a very traditional and classic Tuscan dessert. And that's what I grew up knowing. My northern Italian grandparents, and I grew up knowing their northern Italian and central Italian foods. My Sicilian grandmother always referred to strufoli. I never heard the word pignolata meaning anything but what I knew it as. In Tuscany, every village has their own recipe for this. It is an almond paste and pignoli, hence pignolata, based cake. Some villages make it a little flatter and denser, almost like an almond paste brownie with pignoli. Some make it a little fluffier, more cake-like. My version is a very traditional classic, and I call it Pignolata alla Patrizia because my aunt, my zia Mari in Vicenza in Italy, had a restaurant, and I grew up going there, and it was one of my very favorite places in the world. It was beautiful with this beautiful garden around it with little stone paths, and I was one of her favorite nieces, and my name is Patrizia on my birth certificate. Not that anyone here can pronounce it. That's why I'm called Patty. And I always grew up thinking she named her restaurant after me, completely ignoring the fact that she had a daughter named Patrizia. However, Villa Patrizia was one of my favorite places, and they served a delicious pignolata. So my pignolata is Pignolata alla Patrizia as an homage to my zia Mari and my zia Rino, two of my very favorite people in the world. So here we go. What I have here is 3/4 of a cup of sugar in my food processor and 8 ounces of almond paste. Now I buy my almond paste in bulk because those little 8-ounce cans in the supermarket are ridiculously expensive, and it's way cheaper to go to Restaurant Depot or even Amazon and buy the 7-pound cans, and you're going to save a ton of money, and you can keep them for a long time if you either use a food saver or freeze them. So I'm going to put 8 ounces in the food processor with 3/4 of a cup of sugar and grind it up together. I'm really cramped here, but I wanted to show you how I do this. So you would never get the almond paste this fine if you tried to do it by hand. There you go. Okay. Okay. Awesome. Oh, that smells good. So I have 3 sticks of room temperature butter in my mixer, and I am going to put the almond paste sugar combination right in there. have the paddle on here. And I'm going to blend that up so it's all combined well. Good. You can kind of see what this looks like. Okay, grab a spatula so I can scrape this down. It's just like creaming butter and sugar together. Scrape down the bowl. Now I have a bowl here with 3½ cups of flour and 2 tablespoons of baking powder. I'm going to put maybe half of it in here, maybe a little less. Okay, and if I don't cover this, I know I'm going to be covered in flour, so cover this. I'm really cramped for space, but I wanted to show you. Start off slow. And I also have 4 eggs here. So I'm going to add 2 right now. 1, 2. Oh, well, 3 went in. Oh well. Okay. That looks nice and creamy. I'm going to scrape it down and add the rest of the flour. It smells really good from the almonds. Again, this was 3½ cups of flour and 2 tablespoons of baking powder. This is super easy once you have all the ingredients together. Once you see that combined, add the remaining egg. Now what I have here is the zest of 1 lemon and the juice of 1 lemon and the zest of 1 orange. And I'm going to throw that in there. Mix that in. Okay. Oh, excuse me. That flour is coming up in my nose. Now I have a heaping ½ cup of either sour cream or creme fraiche, I'm sorry. Just a good heaping rounded ½ cup. Only a couple more ingredients and this is going right in the oven. Scrape down the bowl. Low speed. Okay, now I did this separately before we started just because I didn't have the space here to do it in front of you guys. But 4 egg whites beaten with 6 tablespoons of sugar, and I'm going to fold this in about 1/3 at a time, and you can do this on the lowest speed with the paddle, just so you don't lose the air. So just put a couple of dollops in at a time. I have to tell you, this is so good. It's a traditional dessert, not too sweet. Excellent with a cup of espresso. Your friends and family will be so impressed. As far as I'm concerned, sharing food is the best time to share your family history. Share your stories of growing up. Don't let your time with your children pass without telling them about how you grew up, your memories. They should know all that. They should know about their grandparents, their great-grandparents. My grandparents were amazing people, and I want my kids to know where they came from. This is getting nice and fluffy. Excellent. Okay, the last little bit's going in. Wait till you taste this. Awesome. Let me get this out of the way. Okay. So now, we're going to take this off and we're going to fold in 1.5 cups of pignoli. Now, I know pignoli are not cheap. I found the best deal at Costco. I try to find them on sale. I look online. Honestly, the best deal to me was at Costco. I don't know in your area where it might be. Here we go. And what did I do with my measuring cup? Good deal, Patty. Hang on 1 second. Okay. Okay. 2. This is 1/3 of a cup, so 3, 4. Okay. Fold them in. Now what I have ready to go is a 12-inch spring form. I have parchment paper on the bottom, and it's lightly sprayed with Pam. Oven is preheated to 350. Oh, this smells good. I have a very busy weekend ahead, so I wanted to have this ready to go so that we have something to snack on this weekend. I'm going to have some big pots going on the stove. My freezer is depleted, so my chicken stock, my veggie stock, all have to be remade this weekend. I went and bought all my vegetables, and tomorrow morning, early, pots are going to be going. This kitchen is going to be smelling amazing. We don't buy boxes around here, but it's going to be smelling good, and my freezer will be restocked with my soup bases. which I'm really looking forward to. I'm highly offended that they had the audacity to discontinue pastina. What's that about? That I'm having to order it online. How can you be Italian and not be able to get pastina? Okay. So now, just a few more on top. Now my grandma used to serve this, when it's done obviously, with some warmed jam. I personally don't think it needs it. I prefer it plain, but it's an option. Here we go. This is going into a 350 oven for about 45 minutes, maybe 50, till the test's done. We'll be back. Hey, we're back. And here's our beautiful pignolata. This smells amazing. And we are going to have it tonight with a cup of coffee or espresso, whatever floats your boat. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Buon cibo, buon amici. Good food, good friends. I hope you come back and join us for more stories about our heritage, our family, our history. And I hope you let me know about your family and your history. And if you call pignolata little Italian honey balls, that's fine too. Please let us know in the comments. Please let us know if you have any requests. I'd love to know what area you're from, what section of Italy or what European country you're from. We cook anything and everything, and we'd love to be part of your journey just as we'd love you to be part of ours.